because COVID really stripped us down to basics.
That's right.
I mean, you talk about a democratizing event, COVID is it. You know, we suddenly, all of the trappings of our lives, right, become irrelevant, right? We're all locked in living rooms that look pretty much the same. They mostly have white walls, occasional windows. And here we are, these stripped down people without the normal fabulous lives we lead. And what I think COVID has really, really done is demonstrate to us how much is superfluous, how much is unnecessary. For me, it's demonstrated how much is an unnecessary waste of time. That if you really want to achieve the things that are important to you, you always want to strip out those unnecessary wastes of time. But COVID really makes it so much clearer than it ever was in our normal rushed lives. The things that you can dispense with so you can focus on what's important to you. And, you know, I think for all of the misery COVID has caused, and the misery is just, you know, unimaginable, it has also enabled those that are fortunate of us to have, you know, motored through it. It's enabled us to really focus on what's important in life, right? You know, so many of us are locked in with our loved ones. For those that are not, there's an additional, you know, heartbreak. To be locked in alone, it would be very difficult, but to be locked in with our loved ones, right? Sometimes that can be rocky if you're spending, you know, 24 hours a day with somebody that you've normally spent, you know, a few hours a day or very little time with. But in the end, you really discover what's important. And in the arts, right? I think, you know, everybody has a fear, you know, in their successful careers. Well, this could one day come to an end. And suddenly with COVID, it did come to an end.
That's
right? It came to an end in a very sudden, right, and harsh way, but it also enabled people to, I think you used the word pivot, to find out ways that they could use their talent in this new era. And a lot of those people have risen up against the odds to be able to actually to pursue their art. And if FENIX can help in any way, right, you know, as a tool where people really, really do have to change the way they do things, you know, that would be, you know, a sort of humbling honor for us, right? And I think that it's possible we can. So got to get on and do it.
Allan, no offense to both of you. I mean, well, not going to be offensive. It's the truth of the matter. I'm going to raise my hand and say, look at Will. I met you gentlemen through an introduction by our friend Doug Evans, who brought me on board, and you thought, and I thought I was just coming on as an artist, right? We started talking. You probably said, well, this guy talks a lot. There's an idea after, you know, every 100, you know, whatever. But we talking, we didn't know what it was going to be. And here we are speaking about the arts, me being a part of this groundbreaking app. I never thought that this was on my lifeline or to-do list. However, like I've told both of you offline, as much as it is a pivot, actually, when I think about it, it makes perfect sense that I'm a part of this app in the capacity I am. Because as a global artist ambassador for FENIX, it reminds me, I've been an artist ambassador my whole life. I've always, even when I was singing, looked beyond me as just Will the artist, but I am a fan of talent, period. If you were to ask any friend of mine in elementary school, you would say Will was always talking about the latest musician or the latest Broadway show or the latest, you know, Tony Award, Grammy Award winning star. I have been a global ambassador my whole life. And so in essence, my pivot, Allan, in that you bring up, because I know I do say it a lot, it makes me think in the moment now that all artists who are pivoting are actually pivoting using probably a skill set in their arsenal that they never activated. And so I'm so grateful that because FENIX came into my life, when frankly, I was at a low point for myself in a creative sense, it reactivated my creativity in a way that I never thought was possible. And so I'm grateful for that.
You know,
in the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.